Hi guys, hope you're well. I thought to just throw together a little video about people going through the training for HGV and the exam for HGV. So I thought I'd just go through a couple of tips that have helped me, that I've picked up along the way, and things that I've discovered myself. So yeah, with regards to your training, that depends who you go with. I don't know. I went with Stobart's. They had their own instructor. Like, she was fantastic. She's left the company now, gone to different things. But yeah, your exam is different. It's with an examiner. That's an external person from the DVSA. So yeah, your training course, you need to just listen, take it on board, whatever the instructor's telling you. It sounds simple, but I can imagine a lot of people just thinking it's a given. If you turn up each day, you're just going to get it. You need to absorb the information. You need to put it into practice straight away, because it's a lot to take in, especially if you're going from a car straight to a class 1, which I did. So yeah, it's a lot to take in, a lot of information you need to be absorbing and putting into practice. But yeah, that's through the course. It's literally just listen to the examiner. You just need to listen to the instructor. Your course might be a week, it might be a bit longer. I think mine was 5 days, then it's straight in for the exam. So yeah, so with regards to the exam, I would start from the night before. The advice from the night before: get an early night. Even before that, have a nice tea. When I say a nice tea, I don't mean go out for a curry. That's going to affect you the day after. Have something that you're used to, that you know your body's used to. Something simple, you know, whatever you like. Just don't have anything that's going to upset your stomach the day after. Last thing you want is that your belly rumbling in the morning. Drink water as well night before. Definitely don't be drinking beer. Nothing fizzy. You don't want to be, again, having your upset stomach or be burping all day. Same with the day after. On the exam day, just water. Breakfast, again, don't go all out and have a massive breakfast. Just have nice, simple, light breakfast. Again, you don't want your upset stomach. It sounds like I had an issue with my stomach, but I didn't. It's just advice. That's advice that I've been told before. But something light. Wear comfy clothes is another one. Don't go training. Don't do all your training in like comfy gear and then turn up, you know, shirt and tie, trying to impress the examiner. Just be comfy clothes. Don't forget your high vis if you need a high vis. You need your license, your provisional license, and all your documentation that you might need. Don't forget all your documents and your ID. Yeah, so the examiner, I mean, I had a good examiner as well. Paul, his name was, I can't remember his surname, but yeah, at the end of the day, they want to get you passed. It's up to you to pick up your minors on maybe serious or major faults that will stop you. So you don't want to be making silly mistakes. You don't want to be making big mistakes, like hitting a curb. That's quite a serious. That might be an instant fail. So yeah, just listen to him. What he's giving you instructions to walk around. He'll do show me, tell me questions. They'll be on another video. And then you'll do your reverse maneuver, couple, uncouple. And if he's happy with everything up to that point, or she, depending on the instructor, yeah, the examiner, they will then take you on the road. The road exam is, I think it's an hour long. I think there's a minimum they have to take you on. that might be 45. It's definitely an hour anyway. You're spending an hour on the road to instructor. The examiner will know where he's going beforehand. You won't, but it'll be local to you wherever you're doing your training, so hopefully you're familiar with the roads around your area. Yeah, so don't forget to be early as well. You don't want to be rushing to get there bang on time and then you're straight into your exam. You want to get there, settle your nerves. You don't want to be rushing around, panicking to get there, then you're anxious and then you're thinking ahead of yourself. So don't panic over that. Get there early. Yeah, so on the road exam, the main thing I would say is be checking your mirrors. Now when I say check the mirrors, I mean check your mirrors a lot, as in when you're driving down the road, you're looking left, right, straight ahead, left, right, straight ahead, left, right, straight ahead. You're going to get dizzy, and it's to get you through your exam. You don't want the examiner to be looking over at yourself and you're just looking forward, you're locked forward. That's not what the examiner wants to see. He wants to see you checking your mirrors. So if you're checking like that, left, right, straight ahead, left, right, straight ahead, you're not going to get a minor. They're silly minors to get. So you don't want to be getting those type of small minors that will build up and become a serious, and then you're going to fail just for not checking your mirrors. Again, it's just to get you through your exam. You're not going to be, I don't go down the motorway shaking my head all the day. Yeah, so another thing that's a bit silly but helps me a lot is basically speaking out loud what you're doing. The examiner's sat the other side of the cab. It's not like a car where you're sat next to each other. There's a big distance between you and the examiner. So he might be looking forward, he might be looking at the side, different things. He might not be looking at you, and he might think you're not looking at your mirrors, he might not think you're looking at hazards. So I was driving down the road and I'd be saying, I'm checking my mirrors, and you pass like a pedestrian, check the pedestrian off. There's a roundabout coming up, I'm going to ease off the accelerator. It's just basically giving yourself, you're just narrating your own drive for an hour. Again, I don't do that now, it is just for the exam, and practice it on your course as well. Just tell your instructor that's what you're going to be doing, and he or she will be fine with that. And if you're doing it, if you go quiet while you're driving, you could be missing things. So if you're driving ahead, you say there's a roundabout coming up, I'm going to ease off the accelerator, I'm going to be braking. There's a woman with a pram, I'm going to check that off. When I say check it off, if you've never done that before, it means just making sure that they're safe, they're keeping a safe distance from your truck, from your trailer, and until you've passed them. Again, motorcyclists, making sure that you're checking those off if they're coming ahead, because there's a lot of wind drag that could potentially just suck them under the trailer. So you're just listing off your hazards. Like if you're doing a turn, you're saying, I'm keeping the trailer, I'm going to take this wide to take the trailer away from the curb on this bend. I'm going to use some lane positioning. I'm going to increase the distance between the car in front, potential hazard ahead. You get the idea. You're basically narrating your own drive. The instructor will love that because he can look ahead at different things and know that you're actually looking ahead. You're thinking of different things ahead and behind, at the side of you. So that's a really good one to keep your points down, keep your minor faults down, and I would say take your time as well. There's no rush. If you're saying we're driving, from A to B, wherever you are in the world, and that B might be 10 miles away. Make your way over to Skelmersdale, for instance. You don't want to be going flat out to get there. Obviously, you won't be speeding. Hopefully, you won't be speeding. But just take your time. There's no rush. He or she, the examiner, does not want you to just rush to get there and then rush back. Because if you get back early, you're going to be doing another loop of another road system with potentially more hazards. So take your time. Obviously don't speed. But yeah. But you want to be making progress as well, because if you get to a roundabout and you're too cautious and you just wait and wait and wait, it can mark you down for that as well. But yeah, it's roundabouts are a bit of a funny one. You can't force yourself out there. You can't bully your way out. But again, keep talking about it, because if the instructor sat over there and you're looking out on an angle, he or she cannot see what is out your window. So if you're looking out and you see a van speeding round the roundabout, the examiner might not be able to see that. So just explain what you can see. I'm waiting, it's not safe to proceed, and then when you're ready, pull off and say this is the safest time I can exit this roundabout or enter the roundabout. But yeah, I think the biggest one is actually saying out loud what you're doing, taking your time, mirrors constantly, and your blind spots. So if you're pulling off, because one of the things that you'll do is you'll be asked to pull over into a safe place at one point. It could be anywhere up to 40 mile an hour zone where it's safe to do so. You can't stop near a junction, you can't stop near a bus stop. So you just stop, pull over, handbrake on, and then you'll say proceed when you're ready. Obviously you check your mirrors, then you check your blind spots, mirrors again, and then away you go. What else was there? So yeah, so once you get back to the base, back to wherever you start, you pull over where you ask you to pull over, and then he should ask you, do you want your instructor present while you get your results? It's always nice for the instructor to get the results at the same time, because you'll be getting feedback if you don't pass, and it's always nice for them if you do pass to be there, which in my case I passed, first time. I think I got 1 minor or 2 minors. I think it's something with the roundabout, not too sure, but it was only 2 minors, and it was very small, and it was harsh to give me minors really. But yeah, so that's my tips for your test, for your exam, and hopefully you'll pass first time like I did. If you've got any questions for me, please comment, please like it, please share, and all that jazz. But yeah, any questions, give me a shout. Speak to you on the next one.